Hello, Professor. This is Venkateshwar Vejala. Now, this week you assign a assignment 5 graphs which mention the some data here, and we have to submit a create a family class that will represent a family tree for a given family, and programmatically add the family member to the graph and describe the accompanying family description file, and given data assertions to the family tree class to enforce restriction for basic family structure. At least a person cannot marry themselves. Provide a simple CLA that enable users to add, remove, and edit family members to the graphs which we shown. When comes to program, I created a class family tree. In that class family tree, I define a self init function which represents self.family members, and we include self-relationship between the family members, and we define add members which describes the name, self name, gender, and idea of the family member, which shows given by the name, gender, id. And here we define a add relation self name comma name to comma relationship, which means here I define the name and two different names and the relationship between each other I define here. And when it comes to define assert cannot marry self, which means self name comma name which defines the two different names which cannot marry themselves. And if name 1 equal to name 2, here the output raises a value error cannot marry self. And defining assert minimum family size self, if length of self dot family members is less than 3, it raises a value error must shown be like family size must be more than 3. And when it comes to edit the number of the family member, we can I display self dot family member name which equal to new name. That means if we enter the new name which we want to edit the family member, that shown in the program can change to the new name which we entered here. Like same like that here, if we want to change the gender, if we here self dot family member name gender equal to gender, that means which when we change the gender, it shows the new update newly given value of the member. And here I defining a function remove member, which means self dot number family dot pop, which means for relationship in self dot relationship keys, for relationship in relationships to remove self dot relationships dot pop of relationship. And here I am showing you an example, Professor. Example usage, add family member. Here I mentioned family in a family tree class. I added a members of the family with name, gender, and their ID, which shows here. And I add relationship between the whole family, which who are married and unmarried or diverse and whatever it may be. Like family in a class family tree, I add relationship, which means here it shows the relationships of the family members along themselves. And assertions, which means in a class family tree assertion minimum family size, which shows the size of the family. And in edit numbers, in class family tree, we can edit the number of the family, what in particular name, and mention the name and value and ID of the family member. If you want to remove the family member from the tree, I add a function from a class family tree dot remove member. Here we enter the name of the family member to remove which we want to remove. We use family tree class dot remove member. And again, and in class family tree, I define a init function self dot family tree equal to family tree, which shows the family tree of the which shows the self dot family tree equal to family tree. And here I use print command welcome to the family tree CLI, which prints the statement who joins the family while true. And here I used a function called while true command. I enter a command add remove edit done, which means if command equal to add in self dot add member in family class we add a family member with that add command. Else if command equal to remove, which means which self dot remove equal self dot remove member, which means which used to remove the number of the family. Elif command equal to done break. When we got done with the command, we use the I use the statement break, or else it will shown print invalid command, which was shown here. When we enter the command done and it says goodbye, so I given the value print goodbye. And here I define three different functions: add member, remove member, edit member, self. That means which they selfly added the name of the number and gender with their ID to the self.family number dot add member. And if we want to remove member of the family, so we use input name equal to input of enter name, which we want to remove. Self in class self dot family tree remove member in name, which we enter the name. They must be removed from the family tree. And if you want to edit any information of the family member, I use the define function edit member of self, which means input enter name to edit and describe the gender and ID of the member which we want to edit. And finally, if name of class equal to main, CLI equal to family tree CLI, which which where CLI dot run command is used to run the program. Once we run the program, we ask the command to add. Now I'm adding a member to the family. So when we enter a command add, it shows enter the name, and I'm giving the value of John, and it shows it take the name of the family member John, and it asks about the gender male. After that, entering the gender, it asks for ID, which gives 55. Here when we add the family member, here again I'm done with the family member, and it says goodbye like as here. Here you go. If we done with everything, we enter a command done, and it says goodbye. Thank you, Professor.